Thousands of New Zealanders are sitting on government support they have no idea they can access. We're talking about help with dental bills, car repairs, and power bills. And here's the part that stops most people in their tracks. You do not have to be on a benefit to qualify. Right now, today, Work and Income New Zealand has support available for urgent and unexpected costs, and the income thresholds were updated as recently as the 1st of April this year. That means some people who were previously just over the limit may now qualify. If you've been struggling with an unexpected bill, or you've written off the idea of asking WINZ for help because you assumed you wouldn't be eligible, this video is for you. I'm David, and you're watching New Zealand Pension Plan, the channel where we break down NZ Super, government support programs, and important updates that could affect your finances so you can make informed decisions and make sure you're receiving every entitlement you may qualify for. Today, we are going deep into what WINZ calls urgent and unexpected cost assistance. This is one of the least talked about areas of government support in New Zealand and, in my view, one of the most underutilized. We're going to cover dental treatment assistance, car repair support, power and gas bill help, and the winter energy payment, including exactly who qualifies, how much you can get, and the critical rules you need to understand before you pick up the phone or log into MyMSD. Stay with me, because there are eligibility details later in this video that catch people off guard every single time. And if you're not across them, you could end up missing out on support you actually qualify for. I also want to make sure you understand the difference between what is a grant and what is a loan, because getting that wrong could leave you with an unexpected debt, and nobody wants that. Let's start with the big picture. Work and Income New Zealand runs a category of assistance specifically for urgent and unexpected costs. This includes dental work, glasses, car repairs, whiteware like fridges and washing machines, funeral costs, and power, gas, and water bills. The key thing to understand, and I want you to hold on to this, is that WINZ explicitly states you may be able to get this help even if you're working. You do not need to be receiving a benefit. You do not need to be on NZ Super. You need to meet an income and asset test, and your need must be genuine and urgent. This matters enormously for NZ Super recipients who have a part-time job or a small amount of income on top of their pension. Many people assume they earn too much or that WINZ simply isn't there for them. In a lot of cases, that assumption is completely wrong, and it's costing people real money every single week. Think about this for a moment. You may have been paying dental bills out of pocket for years, or putting off essential treatment because you couldn't afford it, when the entire time there was a government program that could have helped you. That's exactly the kind of missed opportunity this channel exists to prevent. On the 1st of April 2026, all benefit and pension rates were adjusted through the annual general adjustment. The income and asset limits for urgent cost assistance were updated at that point too. Some people who previously didn't qualify may qualify now. I'll go through those numbers for each category shortly, so keep watching. Let's start with dental treatment, because this is where I see the most confusion and the most missed opportunities. If you're a New Zealander on a low income, whether you're on NZ Super, working part-time, or not on any benefit at all, WINZ may be able to help you pay for immediate and essential dental treatment. The amount available is up to $1,000 in any rolling 52-week period. That is not a calendar year, it's a rolling window, and I'll explain why that distinction matters shortly. The $1,000 does not need to be repaid. That is a grant, not a loan. If your treatment costs more than $1,000, WINZ may still assist with the balance, but for any amount above that threshold, you may be required to pay some of it back. So up to $1,000, yeah, you keep it. This is one of the genuinely good things about this program, and too many people don't access it simply because they've been told incorrectly that it's a loan. Here are the income thresholds from the 1st of April 2026. If you're single and aged 18 or over, your weekly income before tax needs to be less than $1,010.41. For a couple with or without children, the combined weekly income before tax needs to be under $1,467.61. For a sole parent with one child, the threshold is $1,226.09 per week. For a sole parent with two or more children, it's $1,291.75. For NZ super recipients, particularly those on the standard married rate with modest additional income, these thresholds may be more accessible than you think. If you checked your eligibility in the past and found you didn't qualify, it's worth looking again now that the April 2026 update has come through. Asset limits also apply. For a single person, your assets need to be worth less than $1,411.22. For a couple or sole parent, that rises to $2,351.46. Critically, assets they count do not include your home or your primary car. They do include things like money sitting in a savings account or second property. So if you own your home but have very little cash in the bank, you may well sit within the asset limits, even if you assumed you wouldn't. Now let me be very clear about what dental treatment WINZ will and won't cover, because this is where a lot of people get frustrated and misled. WINZ can help with extractions, fillings for tooth restoration, not for cosmetic reasons, root canal treatment excluding molars, and treatment of infections. Those are the covered treatments. What WINZ does not cover includes regular dental checkups, cosmetic treatment, routine scale and polish and cleaning unless it's required specifically because of a gum infection, orthodontic work, molar root canal treatment, and dentures. If you need dentures, WINZ may help through a different pathway such as a recoverable assistance payment or an advance payment of benefit, but the standard dental program does not cover them directly. If dentures are something you need, call WINZ and ask them specifically what options are available to you. Before you book a dentist appointment expecting WINZ to pay, you need to confirm that the practice is a registered WINZ supplier. You can simply ask the receptionist when you call to book. If they are not registered, WINZ cannot pay them, and you'll be left in a very difficult situation. Confirm registration first, always DOS, before you commit to any treatment. Here is how the application process works step by step. Your dentist completes a dental treatment information form when they examine you. They already have this form on file and will fill it in during your appointment. The form tells WINZ what treatment is needed, what it will cost, and who the provider is. Once you have that form, if you're already a WINZ client, apply through MyMSD under the one-off cost section, upload the form digitally, and a decision can come back in as little as 45 minutes to 1 working day. You can also call WINZ on 08005 59009, or you can visit your nearest service center and drop the form in person. If your application is approved, WINZ loads the funds onto a work and income payment card, which works just like an EFT-POS card. You then use that card to pay your dentist directly. But here's the part you must not miss. You have only 7 working days to use that card before it expires. 7 working days. If something comes up and you can't get to the dentist within that window, call WINZ before the 7 days is up and ask for more time. You can also pay the dentist before the appointment if you can't secure a booking within the time frame. Now, that rolling 52-week limit. Let me give you a practical example of why this matters and how you can use it to your advantage. Say you received $300 for dental work on the 1st of July. 6 months later, in December, you need more treatment. You still have $700 available within your current 52-week window. When the 1st of July comes around again the following year, that original $300 resets and becomes available again. If no other payments were made in between, you'd have a full $1,000 available from that reset date. This means the timing of when you make your claims can actually affect how much you have available and when. If you're planning significant dental work across multiple appointments, it's worth having a conversation with your WINZ case manager about timing your claims to get the most out of the program. A little planning can make a significant difference. Keep watching because next I'm going to cover car repair assistance. And there are 2 widespread misconceptions about this program that are costing people money and causing real confusion. Work and income can also help with car repair costs. And again, you do not have to be on a benefit to qualify. But the headline figure you may have heard online is almost certainly wrong, and I want to set the record straight right now. The maximum WINZ will generally pay for car repairs is $400, not $1,000, not $2,000, $400, and this money must be repaid. It is a recoverable assistance payment, a loan, not a grant. So if you've seen claims online or heard from someone that WINZ gives you $1,000 in free car repair money, that is simply not accurate. The $1,000 figure applies to dental treatment only. For car repairs, it's $400, and it comes back out of your future payments or income. For the car repair assistance to apply, the car must be necessary for you, your partner, or your children, and the reason you need it must fall into one of these specific categories: a health condition, a disability, employment requirements, or a lack of access to public transport. If you live in a rural area where there are no bus services and your car is your only way to get around, that is a valid reason. If you need your vehicle to get to regular medical appointments or to get to work, those are valid reasons. You also need to own the car outright. Either you purchased it or it was gifted to you. If you are in a finance arrangement and the car is technically owned by a finance company, that may affect your eligibility. Make sure you clarify your ownership situation with WINZ when you call. WINZ will not help with fuel, warrants of fitness, registration, insurance, or regular servicing. This is for genuine, unexpected repair costs only. The kind of thing that comes out of nowhere and leaves you without transport when you need it most. The same income and asset limits apply as for dental assistance. To apply for car repair support, you need to call WINZ directly on 08-005-59009. This particular type of assistance cannot be processed through MyMSD online, so the phone is the way to go. In a moment, I'm going to cover power and gas bill assistance, and I'll tell you about one critical step that you absolutely must take before you call WINZ, because if you skip it, your application will almost certainly be declined, and you'll have wasted valuable time. WINZ may be able to help with an urgent power, gas, or water bill if you have no other way to pay. That phrase, "no other way to pay," is the key to understanding this entire program, and it leads directly to the step that trips people up every single time. Before WINZ will consider helping with a power or gas bill, you need to contact your energy company first and attempt to arrange a payment plan directly with them. If the company is willing to set up a payment arrangement, WINZ will generally not step in, because in that situation, you do have another option available to you. WINZ Urgent Bill Assistance is specifically designed for situations where a payment arrangement truly is not possible. So, the sequence must always be this. Contact the energy company first, explain your situation, ask about a payment plan. If they say no and a plan isn't possible, then call WINZ. Do not go to WINZ as your first step. They will send you back to the energy company and you'll have lost time you may not have. When you do call WINZ about a power bill, be ready to explain that you've already contacted the company and that a payment arrangement wasn't possible. Having that information ready will help the process move faster. WINZ can also help with the cost of bedding, blankets, curtains, and heaters in certain circumstances. So, if your issue isn't just a bill, but your actual ability to keep warm at home, it's worth raising that with WINZ as well. For those living in rural areas with private water tanks, WINZ can assist with water tank refills and delivery, up to $500, generally once every 12 months. Whether assistance with power and gas bills needs to be repaid depends on your individual circumstances and is assessed case by case. It is not automatically a grant, so you should ask WINZ clearly when you call whether any repayment will apply to your situation. If you have an urgent power bill that needs to be paid within 24 hours, perhaps you've received a disconnection notice and your power is about to be cut off. Call WINZ immediately on 08-005-59009. Do not wait. They have specific processes for urgent situations, and the 24-hour window is explicitly acknowledged in their guidance. Now let's talk about the winter energy payment, because if you're receiving NZ Super right now, this payment is already running, and there are some important rules you need to understand. The winter energy payment runs automatically from the 1st of May through to the 1st of October each year. You do not apply for it. If you qualify, it's added on top of your existing NZ Super or benefit payments. either weekly or fortnightly depending on how you receive your regular payments. For the 2026 winter period, the confirmed couples rate from the official WINZ website is $31.82 per week, paid to one person in the couple regardless of whether you live together or separately. I'd encourage you to check the current single rate directly at workandincome.gov.t.nz, where the full confirmed 2026 rates are published alongside the payment schedule. Here's something I want to be very clear about because this misconception is genuinely widespread, and I hear it regularly. The winter energy payment is not a discount on your power bill. It has absolutely nothing to do with your energy retailer. It does not appear as a credit on your electricity account. Your power company doesn't even know about it. It is cash deposited directly into your bank account alongside your regular NZ Super or benefit payments. You can spend it on anything you choose. The payment is also non-taxable. It does not count as income. It does not reduce your accommodation supplement, your income-related rent, your working for families payments, or your child support. It is a completely clean additional payment that sits on top of everything else you receive. There is one important rule that creates real problems for people every single year, and I want to make sure you're aware of it. If you plan to travel overseas during the May to October period, the winter energy payment will continue for up to 28 days while you're away. But if you're going to be overseas for longer than 28 days, you must notify WINZ before you leave New Zealand. If you don't tell them, WINZ may continue paying you while you're overseas and then require you to repay that money when they find out. That is a debt you absolutely do not want. It's easy to avoid. Just notify WINZ through My MSD or by calling them before your departure date. And here's something that affects more people than you might expect. If you have previously opted out of the winter energy payment, perhaps someone advised you to or you simply didn't think you needed it at the time, WINZ will not automatically restart it for you in future years. You need to contact them and specifically ask for the payment to be restarted. If you opted out at some point in the past and you're now sitting here wondering why you're not receiving it, that is very likely the reason. One phone call to WINZ on 0800559009 can fix that immediately. Now let me address the most common myths circulating about these programs because misinformation in this area is widespread and it is costing people real money. Myth 1. You have to be on a benefit to get WINZ help with dental, car repairs, or power bills. This is false. WINZ officially states you may qualify even if you're working. The test is based on your income and your assets, not your benefit status. Myth 2. WINZ will pay for any dental work you need. This is only partially true. WINZ covers immediate and essential treatment only. Regular checkups, cosmetic work, dentures, orthodontics, and routine cleaning are not covered under the Standard Dental Assistance Program. Myth 3. WINZ gives you $1,000 in free car repair money. This is false on 2 counts. The maximum for car repairs is $400 and it must be repaid. It is not a grant. The $1,000 figure applies to dental treatment only. Myth 4. WINZ will just pay your power bill for you. Partially true, but with conditions. You must contact the energy company first and demonstrate that a payment arrangement isn't possible. WINZ is a last resort for power bills, not a first resort. Myth 5. The winter energy payment is a power bill discount. This is false. It is cash paid into your bank account. Your power company is not involved in any way. Myth 6. Dental treatment money from WINZ is a loan you have to pay back. This is false for amounts up to $1,000. That money is a grant. You do not pay it back. Any amount above $1,000 may require partial repayment, but the core amount is yours to keep. Myth 7. If you own your home, you won't qualify for WINZ urgent cost assistance. This is also false. Your primary home is specifically excluded from the asset test. Owning your home does not disqualify you. What matters is how much cash and other liquid assets you hold. Before I go to the final summary, I want to mention one additional pathway that many people overlook. If you're already on a benefit including NZ Super, and you face an urgent, unexpected cost that doesn't fit neatly into the categories we've discussed, perhaps it's something like clothing, bedding, or another essential item, you may be able to access a special needs grant. That is non-repayable money. You do not pay it back. If you're not on a benefit, you may be able to access a recoverable assistance payment, which does need to be repaid, but it provides immediate help when you need it most. If you're ever unsure whether your situation qualifies, call WINZ and describe what's going on. That call costs you nothing, and it could make a significant difference. Let me now leave you with a clear summary of everything we've covered today. WINZ Urgent Cost Assistance is available for dental treatment, car repairs, power and gas bills, and a range of other unexpected costs. You do not need to be on a benefit. The income and asset thresholds were updated on the 1st of April 2026, and more people now qualify than before. For dental treatment, up to $1,000 in any rolling 52-week period. It's a grant, not a loan. Your dentist must be a registered WINZ supplier. Confirm this before your appointment. Coverage is for immediate and essential treatment only. Not checkups, not cosmetic work, not dentures under the standard program. For car repairs, the maximum is generally $400 and it must be repaid. Your car must be needed for health, disability, employment, or lack of access to public transport. You must own the car outright. Phone WINZ to apply. This cannot be done through MyMSD. For power and gas bills, contact your energy company first and attempt a payment arrangement. If that's genuinely not possible, then call WINZ. Whether repayment is required depends on your individual circumstances. The winter energy payment is already running for eligible NZ Super recipients from the 1st of May to the 1st of October. It's paid automatically into your bank account. It is not a power bill discount. If you're traveling overseas for more than 28 days during that period, notify WINZ before you go. And if you've previously opted out, you need to contact WINZ and ask them to restart it. It will not restart on its own. The number for general WINZ inquiries is 08 00559 009. For NZ Super and Seniors support specifically, call 08 00552 002, and you can check your eligibility online before you make that call. By visiting check.msd.gov.t.nz, it's a free tool that gives you a picture of what you might qualify for based on your situation. These programs exist because the New Zealand government recognizes that unexpected costs can push people into genuine hardship very quickly. Accessing them is not something to feel uncomfortable about. It is something you are entitled to do. The only way to know whether you qualify is to check, and checking costs you nothing. If you found this update helpful, make sure you subscribe to New Zealand Pension Plan. I'm David, and my goal is to help you stay informed about NZ Super, WINZ, MSD, and every important government support update that could affect your finances. Thank you for watching, take care, and I'll see you in the next update.